Hey guys, it is Harry here from Tentworld Ferntree Gully, and today I'm here with the Oztent RX-5. Now this tent is a spacious, easy to set up, fully waterproof tent that is built on the same strong and well-known structure of the 32nd Oztent design. This tent is the only tent within the Oztent range that is capable of having 2 fully enclosed rooms, and it encompasses all the features of the Oztent RV Plus models, such as the tapered awning, skylight, as well as the fly. So the first thing you'll notice now that the bag is out of the box is there is multiple straps on the bag. You can see that it has these small straps here at the front as well as at the back. Because that means if you've got 2 people that are trying to carry this, it's really easy to have one person at the front and at the back. In addition to that, if you are wanting to carry it by yourself, it is 30 kilograms this box. There is the largest shoulder strap here. So in a safe manner, you can bend down, pick it up, swing it onto your shoulder, and that will be another easy way to be able to carry it. Another thing you can notice is this bag is oversized. So you will see later when I pack it down, it is very easy to get it back into the bag, which is always very, very important for these style of tents. So let's open up and let's set it up then. Inside of the bag, you're going to have the main tent itself, our pole bag. We also have a manuals book and a little bit of repair patches. There is 3 types of repair patches. You've got your mesh, you've got your PVC, and you've got your canvas. So if you have a hole in any of those 3, Oztent do supply the materials to be able to help fix that. You just have to purchase the glue for it. We also have our peg bag. So this tent contains all your pegs and your guy ropes you're going to need. So that is going to be inside of this bag. Last but not least, we have the fly, which I'll talk about a little bit later once we actually set the tent up. So today I'm going to be setting up the RX-5 on the RV5 mesh floor ground sheet. You have noticed that the words are a little bit different there. The RX-5, the back room is the same size as the RV5. So it can work on this RV5 ground sheet. This is the one that is specifically designed for the RV5, the RV5 Plus, and the RX-5, which is the tent we're talking about today. So I just want to clarify, this is not included with the RX-5. This is a separate purchase, but if you do see it in today's video, this is the product we are using. Now, the biggest thing with these Oztent tents is their 30-second frame design. Now, the 30-second frame design means, theoretically, I should be able to set this tent up in 30 seconds. So, for a bit of fun, once I've got it laid out the correct direction, we're going to add a little timer and see how long it actually takes me to set up the main part of the tent. All right, personally, I reckon I beat the time there because that was really, really quick. Obviously, you will have to peg it down, but the big component when you're setting it up, as you saw, is you lift up this top ridge pole that is here. And if we step inside, there is 2 beams on the side here. So you can see this beam here. This goes up and down. Once that's up, that's when it's locked into place. You notice on the back, there is an area which you peg out to extend the sides of the back room. So you're going to have 4 little rings down the bottom here. This is going to be your first point of call to be able to peg out. You've also got extra D-rings at the front, which I will peg out as well. So I'll go through, peg all those out, and then we'll be able to set up the rest of the tent. So now that we've set up the main part of the tent, the next part is setting up the awning. So the awning of this tent, it is already attached. You don't need to attach any awning. All you're going to have to do is come to these points, untie them, the awning will fall down. The interesting thing with the RX-5 awning, just like the Oztent RV Plus models, it is a tapered awning, which means not only are we going to have poles attached here in the middle, but we're also going to have poles attached here at the end. And you'll see when we do that, it's going to create an awning that's kind of like this shaped here, which is what they call tapered. And that will allow the water to be able to run off each side. So what we'll do is we'll pull out the poles. Now, the first one that we're going to want to grab out of these poles, this is the easiest way I find to set it up. Play around with it. Some people might find it a little bit different. But I like setting up the front awning first, and that is going to be the pole that is the 1.9 meter awning pole. It's the one that's going to have the black label on it. In addition to that, you're going to want one of the ridge poles. It's going to have the red label on it. So we'll grab those. Now, an important thing to remember as well is you're going to need your guy ropes. It's a lot easier if you've got your guy ropes prepared and you're not trying to find them once you've already got the awning poles in. So we'll grab 2 guy ropes. We'll grab 2 pegs as well. And start setting it up. What you'll notice on this one here is that this pole, it's kind of got 2 directions you can put the spreader bar. You've got it being upright where that little shallow edge is towards the top, or the proper way where the shallow edge is towards the bottom. That's what you're wanting, because when you slide the pole in, it will lock into place quite nicely. You'll notice straight away, if you try and do it the other way, it's looking a little bit funny there. It's going up and down this way. Still going to go up and down, but it fits in a lot nicer. So we'll bring it around to our awning. I extend it up just a little bit, not all the way. Put that one through. Now, you then want to grab one of your guy ropes that you pulled out. You want to tie a knot for that guy rope, just like that. Grab your guy rope, grab your peg. And just for the meantime, we're going to loosely peg that down. The way that these guy ropes work is they wrap around the peg. You've got your clip, and your clip then reattaches onto the guy rope. As I said, again, this is going to be very loose. This is not how the awning is going to actually look. It's just so we can hold that pole upright for the meantime, and it's not flopping all around when we're trying to set up the rest of it. Next step is we're going to grab our second pole, our guy rope, and again, our peg. Put it in, extend it slightly up, grab the front awning, put it through the eyelet. Lovely. Now that you've got both of those up, the first thing you can do is even them out so they're roughly a similar height, and we're going to extend this pole out. That will naturally bring this material to wanting to go over the top, which is what we're wanting. So all you've got to do to extend these poles is there a twist lock mechanism. So you see, if I twist that, I can shorten it or I can lengthen it. So I'll lengthen it, twist it to lock it in place. I'll come to these 2 poles. I'll slightly extend it. Remember, you've done your guy rope, so you may need to, which is what I'm going to need to do, slightly shorten this guy rope for the meantime. Come back to this pole and extend it out. So there we go. That's that pole fully extended, which means we can tighten this just like that. Do the same on the other side. There we go. That's our front awning done now. That is the easiest one to do first, in my opinion, because now you've got easy access to the middle one. Otherwise, you're having to play around with this material, trying to get this middle one done while that material is at the front. So, next step, similar like we did before, grab your 2.3 meter poles and grab your center ridge pole. No need for guy ropes this time. There we go. That's our center awning all done and set up. This is what I was talking to you guys about before with its tapered shape. So you've got that middle pole there, which has been the tallest. Again, that's your 2.3 meter pole. And then you've got your front pole being slightly smaller, which is your 1.9 meter pole. So now we're on to the living room component. The living room is included with this tent. So that's the big thing about the RX-5. You're getting this back bit, but you're also getting the side walls and the front wall and the floor, which is something you can only get on the RX-5, all included with this. So if we open up this box, you see, again, we've got another carry bag. So all the living room components are going to be fitting into a separate box or bag. That is something you will need to consider. And inside of here, there should be 2 pieces. The first piece is going to be your walls and your front door. So that is all one piece. It's not separate walls and a separate front door. That big piece is all one piece. Then we're going to have our peg bag. And lastly, we're going to have our zip-in floor. So the zip-in floor is the first thing you have to put on. And then after that, that's when you attach your walls and your front panel. Now, Oztent have made it very easy to know which way this floor needs to go. So I have my orange zip versus my black zip. My orange zip is the zip that is connecting to the tent. My black zip is what's going to be for all the other accessories that we're putting on over there. In addition to that, you can see a little A and a little B. Then if you look on the tent, again, you're going to see a little A and you're going to see a little B there. So everything is designed to show you where it needs to go on. Underneath here, we have our matching color zips. That is going to be our orange zip that attaches. So that is our floor now attached to the tent. The next step is grabbing out our walls and laying this out. An important thing you'll be able to tell right away is that there is going to be some mesh where there's going to be canvas on the other side. That is the easiest way to be able to tell what is the inside and what is the outside. So we can tell that this bit here is going to be our inside. In addition to that, you can see it kind of goes a little peak here to a flat to another peak. That means these peaks are going to be our side walls, this flat is going to be our front wall, and this peak is going to be the other side wall. I'll grab this piece. It needs to go around our poles, like this here. Then we will grab our first piece of our wall. It's a little bit easier if you have two people to be able to set up, because one person can hold this piece and the other person can hold the other piece, but I'm capable of doing it by myself. And you just bring our zip around. Just like that. Then, same process for this front wall. Before I zip it, I'm just gonna make sure I've got this beast wrapped around, just so I don't run into issues a little bit later on. Same thing, once you put that in, you just take the zip all the way around. And zip that wall on. Again, we've got our last piece. What we do is bring it up, slide that piece into place, bring the zip around, all the way up, over, and it's dark. So last step of the process is doing the floor. You see I have opened up this front panel just to bring a little bit of extra light in. The important thing is you will see on this floor these squares. These squares are basically telling me where I need these poles to go. So I'm going to have to lift up and put that pole into place. Same on this side here. Going to have to lift up and put this pole into this corner piece, just like that. Same thing on the other side. That has pretty much just created our floor shape. All we have to do is make our way all the way around, all the way to the end. Make sure again our poles are in the spots they need to be, and that is going to be the main living room of our tent, all set up. Come with me as I show you some other features inside the tent. First thing you'll notice is this massive entranceway. This entranceway, it is actually the front door, and this front door panel can double as an awning itself. So this will extend, and the two poles that I showed you earlier, they are what will hold up this front awning. In addition to that, you can obviously drop this down and it will be one solid piece of canvas. Some people think it's two pieces for the doorway. It is one solid piece, but you do have two entranceways with this mesh. In addition to that, while I don't have them opened, and I will open them up in a little bit, we do have two side doors here, or two side panels. Let me quickly open one up for you. That opens, and different to before, this has a separate piece of canvas that also opens in the shape of a door. So you can either enter through the front, through this side, or through the other side. Now, come into the back room, and there is still light inside of this back room. That is because of our skylight here. So imagine lying down in the evening, it can be you, your partner, your kids, whatever. You're able to look up at the sky on a nice dry day and still have a look at the stars. It is a lovely and spacious back room here. This back room, as I said before, designed to sleep 5 people. And this front room is also designed to sleep another 5 if you wanted. You can do 2 and 2, figure out exactly how you want. This skylight can also be closed and it can be open. So you've currently got the mesh to stop any insects coming in. Skylight, the mesh can be fully opened, just like this, hello. But we can also put the canvas over the top. So this canvas will make it all the way around. You got a piece of Velcro here. It will Velcro back on, but you also have zips down either side. So zip down that side, zip down this side, and then you can come around and attach the Velcro. Last feature that we can see at the back here is you also have this window here. All these windows, they're going to allow for a nice breeze to come all the way through the tent. Big thing about having breeze in the tent is allowing for airflow for condensation. Especially on a cold night when you're warm inside the tent, it is the worst thing when you wake up and there's condensation inside the tent. That is the purpose of having these windows. So get yourself a warm sleeping bag, but if you can, try and keep some windows open. That will allow you to not wake up with any condensation. As we're coming towards the end of our tour, there's 2 more features I want to show you. First thing is our pre-inbuilt guy ropes. This is really handy, you're not going to lose them. They also have a nice little pocket you can tuck it inside when you're packing away your tent. And last but not least, again, we're having another window on the side here. This is again increasing our ventilation. So if you do want to have the skylight and that back window closed, you can have this side window open to again allow the airflow. So last thing I'll show you guys today is the fly. The fly, we've got a zip running all the way along the top here, and then we've also got Velcro there as well. So get your zip, run it all the way along, come around and attach your Velcro. So you're gonna have your Velcro point there, and you're gonna have a Velcro point at the other end. Pull your fly down. I'm not gonna fully set up the fly today just for the sake of time, but an important thing that you can do is the fly can come out like this once you peg it down. That will create a little bit of an extra protected barrier from the rain, which means this window here that I was showing you guys beforehand can stay open even when it's raining, because this bit here is going to protect that from the rain. So that is all today for the Oztent RX-5. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions or queries, feel free to check us out online or in store. Thank you so much for watching and happy camping.